Okay, this is for your spirit. You need to hear this. And I feel like I had to make this video because... Oh, and disclaimer. If you're, if you're a Drake supporter, you know, and if you're watching this, this video may or may not be for you. I'm saying this because, you know, I used to fuck with Drake a whole lot. I'm talking about when he like first came out. Nowadays it's like, you know, he's just making music to make hits. When he first came out, it's like, okay, I see he's really out here, but now I'm not. And this has been brewing for a minute. I feel like after Nothing Was the Same, I was still listening to Drake just to see what he's gonna put out, but nowadays it's just like, I feel like he's just making hits. But now that I got that out of the way, because I may say things about Drake that Drake supporters are not gonna fuck with, and I completely understand. I completely understand that, because if you don't like Drake, you know, biases aside, like I don't fuck with Drake, but his music, you know, it's vibey and it has like a certain energy, right? Like it is what it is. And I want the light to be transparent to my face so it can have some light, but yeah, just bear with me. I'm gonna be walking this way so I like a hit better. Oh, but yeah, yo. This is gonna be a video about why Drake lost to Kendrick Lamar. You know, in my personal opinion, this is just my truth and the opinion at the same time, if that makes any sense. But yeah, yo, when Drake came out, no, scratch that. When Kendrick came out with that verse, right, and like that, and I was even speaking to my younger brother and my mother about this, because J. Cole, he genuinely is a nice guy, right? And even Drake is a nice guy, but he do have some asshole like narcissistic qualities, and you know, Kendrick exposed him on that. But anyway, when Kendrick came out with Like That, he sees it as a competitive. Oh wow, look at that butterfly. Ooh, wow. But yeah, when Kendrick came out with that Like That verse, right? He was literally looking at it like it's a sport. Like, I don't want to be on the same song with what J. Cole calls like the three goats, like, you know? And yeah, I'd rather walk this way too. So when Kendrick made that verse, I had to remind people, this is the same person, literally the same person that made the Control verse. This is the same person. Same person that made the Control verse. Same exact person. And people are like shocked that, you know, J. Cole tried to put them together. And you know what, the thing about Drake, I sincerely, like, yo, if you listen to Euphoria again, I know for a fact, for some reason, some particular reason, Drake wanted Kendrick on First Person Shooter. Because if you listen to this, I'm kind of going off track. If you really listen to Euphoria, No Mind the Airplane, if you really listen to Euphoria, I'm actually walk this way. If you really listen to Euphoria, Kendrick said, I'm surprised you asked that for that feature request. You know we got some shit you address. Like, yo, he said that. And I know for a fact, for some reason, it was a feature request for a first-person shooter. And I know. Because J. Cole said, who's the top three? Is it, what did he say? Is it Kendrick, Aubrey, or me? We in the top three like we started a league. Bro, I know for a fact Drake asked Kendrick to be on that record. But Kendrick doesn't fuck with Drake because of the songs that he put out. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. So when he came up with the Like That verse, you know, we all know J. Cole had that song called 7-minute drill, you know, and I fucked with the song, I ain't gonna lie. But, you know, people don't know that he had to take it off because, you know, Kendrick, he actually just wanted to come at Drake. You know what I mean? So the real reason why, and this is a known fact, the real reason, and people know this, but not everybody knows this. The actual reason why J. Cole took that song off of Spotify, 7-minute drill, is because Schoolboy Q called him. Because Kendrick and Schoolboy Q, they're both from LA. Like, shout out to Q. Like, shout out to Schoolboy Q. He's from Hoover Street. You know what I mean? And Kendrick's from Compton. Like, he's a Hoover Crip. Like, you know what I mean? Schoolboy Q is a Hoover Crip. And Kendrick's from Compton. He's from either Bompton or Compton. You know what I mean? Because he has family that are Pyru and Crip, which Pyrus are Bloods and Crips, you know. But yeah, yo, Schoolboy Q called J. Cole, and he was like, yo, take that off. Like, I don't know what he said, but he possibly told him, like, yo, take that off, yo, bro. Like, he possibly was like, yo, take that off. Like, yo, Kendrick fuck with you, bro. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? And J. Cole was like, J. Cole was possibly like, nah, you heard what he said on that, you know what I mean? And he was like, and Schoolboy Q was like, yo, bro, this is personal though. Like, it was actually he possibly said this, you know? I'm not a good source because I don't know Schoolboy Q and J. Cole. He possibly said like, yo, this is gonna get personal. Like, take that off. You know what I mean? And humbly, as the grown man, he took it off. Took it off of Spotify. And me personally, it's like, getting a little bit off topic, but you know, when J. Cole took it off, I was like, all right, that is extremely humbling. You know, that's extremely humbling, right? For him to apologize at his Dreamville, was it a Dreamville festival or something like that? And you know, bro, that's super humbling to do, like this, to admit you're wrong, you know what I mean? And say that something was fucking with your spirit. Like, bro, that is super humbling. People don't understand, like, you know, you don't call a man like a dumbass because, like, he's honestly, like, honest to the Most High, like, admitting that he's wrong and what he did was, you know, wasn't right and it wasn't sitting well with him. But the reason why he really did that is because, you know, Schoolboy Q really had to tell him, like, yo, please, like, take that off, bro. Like, that, this is for Drake. Because at first, Kendrick and J. Cole, they, you know, there was whispers and then, like, you know, people was, you know, saying that they was gonna make a mixtape together. You know, there was, and I don't know if it's still gonna happen, but I doubt it. Not that I even care. I really don't care, because they're both great in their own way. But there was a time when they was gonna come out with a mixtape or an album together, and I saw comments like it was gonna be called, like, you know, there was like a theory. Whew. Let me just take this one. There was a theory that it was gonna be called Cold World in a Mad City, or Good Kid in a Cold World. Like, it, bro, it's like, yo, it's crazy. Just give me a moment, please. Ooh, it is hot. Just take all this off real quick. Take one more. Yeah, so now we got that out of the way, and J. Cole humbly apologized, right? Yeah, so now we got that out of the way. And now Kendrick, you know, J. Cole said, yo, he literally said this on stage. He was like, yo, if Kendrick, I'm taking him out of context and I'm not saying word for word what he said, but the sentiment that I'm about to speak, this is what he said. He was like, if Kendrick is gonna come out with a track to diss me, you know, I'm gonna take the punches like a grown man. That's what he said, right? And if you listen to Euphoria, Kendrick came Cause listen, let me put this in better perspective too. Excuse me for a spin, damn. Cause I'm really I'm doing my best to have passion when I say this, and show some compassion at the same time. So when Drake came out with push-ups, right? That was like the start of it. Really, that was the starter kit, right? Because that diss track, I'm gonna be honest with you, that diss track was good. It was. If I were to rate it from a 1 out of 10, I would give it like a strong 7 or 8. I'm not gonna lie, because at the same time he's addressing a lot of people, and it's like, nah, why are you addressing people that is literally, it's supposed to be a you, because it's like 20v1. What do you like? There was like certain things in that song. I'm like, why are you talking about? You know, I know for a fact Future doesn't like, you know, Future and Metro Boomin came out with a whole album like, you know, against Drake, and I get that, you know, which I don't have a problem. And you know, Rick Ross came at Drake, I get all that, but it's like, just focus on like Kendrick, in my view, because it's like he came out with a whole verse directly for it. Metro Boomin and Future, they came out with an album against you, and it's like, come on, you can't reply to the whole damn album. It's like it is what it is. Like, that's, you know, it's like you can, but it's like it's like, come on. But when he said to Metro Boomin, like, that shit was funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like, shut your whole ass up and make some drums. Cause I'm not gonna lie, cause when he said that, I was like, wow. Cause he can't really rap against Drake, cause he's not a rapper, he's a producer. I'm not sure if he has, like, you know, help with anybody's writing process, like in the studio. I'm not sure, but yo, it's like you can't really say shit on the track. Like, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, and that shit was funny. And I like Metro Boomin, but that shit was funny. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, and this is my whole like synopsis of like the whole Kendrick and Drake. I'm doing my best to focus on it. Just giving y'all like plot points of why, like what happened here, what happened here, and why this happened. So I'm gonna just do my best to keep it focused, because I overexpress myself. And these are like plot points. So after he came out with push-ups, he started talking about Kendrick's wife. Started talking about Whitney. Just like the same thing he did with Pusha T. That's why he lost in that battle, because it's like, you're talking about, all right, now it's personal now. Now you're talking about niggas' families, okay. Because Drake, he doesn't have a fucking wife. Pusha T had a wife. You know what I mean? He talked about him, he talked about Pusha T's wife in the Duppy freestyle. And I forgot what he had talked about it. But Pusha T came back out with Story of Adidon, and we all know what happened there, right? So it's like he had to really check Drake, my nigga. Like, you're a nigga. Let the world know who your fiance is, nigga. You slept with a porn star, right? And you had a kid with her, right? And now you gotta let it be known that you got a kid now. Even though, you know, I don't mind, you know, celebrities hiding, like, you know, their kid or like their baby or son, daughter from the world, because it's like, you know, you don't want the media to get involved with anything. But Pusha T, you know, he came at that nigga like, yo, all right, since you want to talk about nigga's wife, let me talk about your fiance and your child that you're not even, you know, claiming, because Drake, he didn't claim Adonis. Like, it was 3 DNA tests and they all came back positive. And Drake didn't believe it because she was a porn star. Rightfully so, but if it comes back the first time positive and you're doing it the second and third time, it's like, bro. All right, so now we got that out of the way. It's like Kendrick took it personal now, because Drake was talking about, because Whitney is Kendrick's wife. And he even had her on his album cover, Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper, which I love that album, because that album ain't for anybody. Because I told myself this before. This is why people don't fuck with Kendrick when he's like that, and people forget that he's from Compton, coming out with an album like that. So Good Kid, Mad City, that whole album is like a movie. I literally feel like To Pimp a Butterfly is like a theatrical, like Broadway play. And he even said this in his interview too. And I feel like, damn, that album is literally like either a horror movie or a documentary. If you listen to it front to back, right? It's like a documentary. If you listen to it back to front, it's a horror movie or a documentary, either or. Like it's like you could toss it up and you could listen to it front to back to front, in either way. And it's like you're choosing his destiny because, yeah, it's like that album is amazing. And then Mr. Morale and The Big Stepper, I literally feel like that is like a therapy session. Like he's opening up. That's why a lot of people didn't fuck with it, because he's talking about literally like personal shit, bro. He's talking about like personal things that he has to deal with. You know what I mean? That's, you know, he's going to therapy. Like he's not a perfect, even though he's like a big artist, he's not that type of person to be coming out with an album full of hits like, you know, A Good Kid, Mad City or a Damn. You know what I mean? Like he's not that type of, like he wants to open up too, like a Pimp a Butterfly and, you know what I mean? A Mr. Morale, you know, Mr. Morale and The Big Stepper. That's what people don't understand. That's why like they expect They expect Kendrick to come out with an album that's full of hits and, you know, like that's for radio. Like nah, he literally doesn't care. That's why when he came out with Good Kid, Mad City, like even though it was full of hits, it's still aligned with the album. You know what I mean? And even Damn, like even though he came out with Humble, that song literally is a part of the full body of work on the album. That's why I haven't been fucking with Drake like I have been in the past, because when he came out with Thank Me Later, I felt like he wasn't really trying to do it to make hits. You know what I mean? Like he was just putting out songs. You know what I mean? That he became a hit maker because, you know, listening to his recent work, it's like I feel like he's putting people on his album just so he could like have a buzz around his name. You know, and that's not to discredit what he's capable of doing, because Drake, he could come out with views, but at the same time it's like, and that's why Drake, you know, got exposed by Kendrick, because he's picking from different cultures and he's saying he's speaking Jamaican, he's speaking Canadian. Next he's speaking like a white dude to fucking, you know, people in interviews. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you don't talk like that, bro. Like it's either you speak Canadian or Jamaican or a white person or a black person. Like it's like, which one are you? What are you gonna sound like next, my nigga? Like, you know? And another disclaimer, I may or may not cuss a lot in this video. And I appreciate love y'all for, you know, bearing with me. And I'm doing my best to say appreciate love, because appreciate, I just had a conversation with this lovely lady. And I was like, yeah, because I was watching, just to give y'all a backstory of the word appreciate love. I was watching this Jamaican dude on IG, and he was like, you know, words really are powerful. And, you know, you saying appreciate love, because appreciate has the word hate in it. And when I text that to her, like the word appreciate has the word hate in it, because when you say appreciate, it sounds like the word hate. You know what I mean? Appreciate, you know? So when you take the word hate out and put in love, appreciate love, it sounds better. But anyway, let me go back to what I'm saying. So yeah, Drake came out with Push-Ups and it was a good anthem. I'm not gonna lie, like that shit. And I'm not even gonna fucking lie to y'all. Excuse my language. I like the demo version more than the actual, you know, radio version. Like the original version was more raw, because it was like, you know, and he was like exhaling, like, it's like, here we go again. And then, you know, that Get Money, like that Biggie, that Get Money anthem with Lil Kim, Biggie, that shit was fire. I'm not gonna lie. Listening to that version is way better than the, you know, I guess the edited version, because I guess the sample didn't get cleared or something like that, and they had to take it out. I don't know. Because Diddy owns all of Biggie's work, unfortunately, and fuck Diddy for that. That's possibly why I didn't get cleared. But yeah, the original version, like the demo version of that song, is way better. Because the demo version of something is like a demonstration. Demo is short for demonstration. Like I'm demonstrating what I could put out, and now we gotta edit and put it out to the masses and put it out to the audience, because not everybody is gonna be it's not all gonna be clear, because we need confirmation that like is this fine to put this out this way? Because Drake was coming at Rick Ross, and he said something in that, and he was like, worried about the relationship between you and her. And it's like, what that her was for. That was for the diddler. So yeah, that's why I believe that's why Diddy did not clear that shit, because he knows for a fact that that word her was a, and it is what it is. But yeah, and then this is one of the real reasons why Kendrick went hard on him. Of course, in push-ups, he talked about his wife. He said Whitney. We know that. And then, he did that tailor-made freestyle, and I really feel like that's what made Kendrick really go full throttle on this nigga Drake, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, you doing that is like extremely, in my opinion, that's like a selfish thing, because let's see if I got my tissue. I'm sweating like shit. Yo, Drake doing that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's like really like selfish, and like it's like you're toying with Kendrick now, like, you know what I mean? Because you didn't do this with like any other artist, and you literally thought like Kendrick was beneath you, but Kendrick is fucking nice, bro. I don't give a damn who. If you're a bigger supporter of Drake, a bigger supporter of Kendrick, I always, 10 times out of 10, I always pick Kendrick over Drake. That's just me though. People that pick, and this is one of the real reasons, I had to say this too. I'm gonna be saying some shit in this video. I'm gonna be saying a lot. When I see like the biggest, like the person that's like the biggest, like this, the like, I guess like on like a hit maker and like the biggest shit, you know what I mean? Because Drake, he could come out with a hit and he could be the biggest, like his numbers is gonna go up, right? But I really feel like, people really fuck with Drake because he's the hottest nigga out, and he can make a hit easy, and it's the numbers game. That's why I feel like, I don't like even like saying this shit. As great as LeBron is, I really feel like people just like him because they call him the king, and he's, not to take away his greatness. He's like, I call him the Wilt Chamberlain in this generation because he puts out great numbers, but he still ends up losing, when it's all said and done. I say that because LeBron is fucking great, bro. This nigga's gonna be 40 years old, still putting up numbers, bro. I'm not taking that away from him. But I feel like people in general act like you can't criticize greatness. It's fine to criticize greatness. I even criticize Drake. I even criticize J. Cole. I even criticize Kendrick. Like what he's gonna put out next. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't look at it in a way that I'm down talking him. It's constructive criticism rather than a critical, like, bashing against anybody. Like, I ain't never gonna say Drake is trash. I ain't never gonna say that. No. I may say it jokingly. I may even say Kendrick is trash, just as a joke, but I don't literally mean it. It's just me just joking. But people really think Kendrick is trash because of Mr. Morale, and they didn't fuck with it. Like, but now everybody's fucking with Kendrick now because he has the #1 hit, and not like us. But anyway, let me get back to Tailor-Made Freestyle. Drake put that out, and him actually, because he was doing his best to intimidate Kendrick, right? He was doing his absolute best to intimidate Kendrick. And the real reason why I say why Kendrick went so hard was because of that anthem. And you know, he mentioned his mother. Not his mother. His mother of his children, I should say, Whitney. His you know, you mentioned Whitney, and you know, it's like you're waking up the bear. It's like y'all motherfuckers forget about Kendrick. This nigga's from Compton, and now let's get to Euphoria now. Okay, so me personally, I fucking love Euphoria. I love that song so much because it was like a display of him, bro, just showing him what he like. Kendrick is like, yo, I can't even speak. Kendrick was displaying how great he is on the track. Like, he's giving you different flows, he's giving you cadences, he's giving you ad-libs, he's giving you lyrics, he's giving you entendres, possibly triple entendre. And you know what? This is another thing that is funny too. Because Kendrick at the end of Taylor Made Freestyle, he literally said, yo, you taking your time, well, you better have a quintuple entendre. Like, nigga, you know what you just said to this nigga? Like, yo, Kendrick, me personally, I put this on my soul. And excuse my language when you say this, when I say this, I was speaking to myself and then talking to myself. I literally feel like Kendrick, like an artist like Kendrick, an artist like J. Cole, and even MF Doom, RIP to MF Doom too, and his lovely wife, man. It's tough. I feel like those artists, they're literally like writers. They don't do it for radio hits, bro. Even bro, they don't do it for radio hits, bro. People like, they're right. They put their pen to that paper. You know, rather than Drake, you know, he probably typing his shit on a keyboard. Not to say that he can't write. I'm not saying that. But he gets help, you know, he gets ghostwriter help. You know, not to say that anybody let me just say this. I literally don't feel like, and let me take this off too. I really don't really feel like, you know, Kendrick is just like anybody just giving like Drake a whole notepad of shit to say in the studio. I don't believe that. But what I do believe, he does have help with his writing process, just like everybody else. But I feel like Kendrick, on the other hand, he may write something down, because even Eminem said on Marshall Mathers LP 2, like, he saw Kendrick write bars, like a full bar, full verse. He saw him writing bars and verses, and that verse, I should say. He was writing a verse, bar for bar. Eminem saw him write. Okay? So don't ever get it fucked up when it comes to Kendrick writing a bill. And J. Cole's as well. You know, but Drake, on the other hand, he's more on that pop side. He's pushing towards that. So it's like, you know, you're gonna have help with bars if you're a quote unquote rapper making like pop music. Of course they're gonna help you make a hit. You know what I mean? That's why there's always jokes about him like having ghostwriters. You know, but Kendrick came out with Euphoria, and he come on, he said, I'll bring up a bar now. He said, it's 2 ghosts left, and I see them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, but in 8 bars, I'll explain their flares, huh? There's nobody can tell me, huh? I don't want to talk on no celly, huh? You know I got language barriers, huh? Drake and Aubrey know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. He's actually telling niggas, like, yo, this is a competitive sport. I'm not gonna be buddy-buddy with y'all. And I appreciate J. Cole for being buddy-buddy with them, but bro, this is the same, go back into what I said, this is the same nigga that came out with the Control verse. He was name-dropping everybody on the Control verse. Now when he comes out with Like Us, when he was on a song like that, with, you know, Future and Metro Boomin, motherfuckers are shocked. Like, bro, Kendrick is, this is a sport to him. This is a hip hop. This is competitive. This is like an athlete, you know? Oh wow, that dragonfly. But yeah, this is a competitive sport. It's like, bro, he doesn't care to be like buddy with motherfuckers. Even though he had Drake on Good Kid, Mad City, that's when he first came out. Drake had him on Take Care. Gave him a full track. So what the, you know what I mean? Like, people don't understand that. Drake gave him a full track, bro. Like a full interlude track. Kendrick featured on his song, which is cool. I'm fine with that. Me personally, it's like on Euphoria, like he was explaining, like, bro, like I love him to death. But in 8 bars, I'm gonna explain this to J. Cole and Kendrick. And let me just do something real quick, because I need some water, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, bro, like, I'm trying to tell people, man, like, Kendrick is not a person to be buddy-buddy with niggas on their own track now. Like, he's solidified now. He doesn't mind, you know, coming at people, you know, and people could possibly take it personal too as well, you know, but he sees it as a sport, like, let's go at it, let's go, you know what I mean? And I love that, like, that verse. He's possibly the only rapper, I don't even want to say rapper, because I hate that name. Not hate, I can't stand that word. He's a hip-hop artist, so Kendrick saying to his, I guess, peers, like, yo, I'm gonna say what I want, cause I wrote this shit, and y'all gonna hear it, y'all gonna like it, love it, hate it, or can't stand it. Hey, y'all said it, you know what I mean? And Kendrick is that type of person to be like, yo, I'm saying this for the sport of hip hop, because there was a moment in time where Jay-Z came at Nas, and Nas came back with Ether. It's still a sport. Now they cool now, you know. I personally think, you know, Kendrick and Drake, they can mend their differences, because, you know, Drake and Meek Mill kind of did, but, you know. I think Drake and Kendrick is gonna, I don't know. I think they are. They can humble themselves. If Drake does, or if Kendrick does, but I don't know. This was we'll see what unfolds. I don't know. But yeah, you know, Euphoria was a great anthem. That was a great song. And you know what? You know, Drake already had, you know, Kendrick is such a calculated dude that he came out with 616 in LA, and I love that song too. Every single one of Kendrick's, this song I love, because it's lyrical. It's like he's coming at somebody, still keeping it hip hop, still can make a hit too. With all those tracks, I'm gonna get to all the tracks. And let me actually sit down. I've been standing up for it, man. So yeah, it's like, you know, he came out with Euphoria and did his fucking thing. Then 16 LA, he was making it lyrical, you know what I mean? Like, just, you know, he was even, like, you know, vocalizing what the hell he was saying, you know? Like, I hear somebody lying, like, nigga, Drake was lying. Like, come on. That's why, you know, I generally feel this way. I literally feel like Drake is the LeBron of fucking hip-hop. And I say that because LeBron, he does sneaky little asshole-ish shit. Like, he's an asshole. Like, I like LeBron's game. But him as a person, nah. Same with Drake. I like his music at times. Fuck with it at times. But him as a person, nah. I know he's an asshole. Behind the scenes. I know these motherfuckers is not who they say they are. Because they pretend to be something that they're not. And I know a lot of people think they're perfect because they're celebrity. No. Celebrities go through shit too. It's just certain narcissistic personalities that's in the media and in the celebrity game that people don't fucking notice because they're celebrities. These motherfuckers make mistakes. And TMZ be on these motherfuckers. Just to catch them slipping one day. You know what I mean? But yeah, Drake got his ass beat, low key, with Euphoria alone. because he went fucking crazy on him. Like there's videos dissecting Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria and even 616 in LA, and even I could say shit, Meet the Grams, where I'm gonna get to next. And not like that, not like us. I should say not like us, not like us. I said like that because he came up with this song called Not Like Us, and came at, mainly Drake, I should say. Mainly Drake with, the Like That record. So he said Not Like Us. It's like he's shouting out Future and Metro Boomin on that song, like subconsciously. I don't know, because everything is calculated with Kendrick. So like when he came out with 616 in LA, I liked it because it was lyrical. All right, now we got that out of the way. Drake came out with Family Matters, and listen, let me tell you something about Family Matters, and the real reason why I didn't like it personally. I fucked with it a little bit. I'm not gonna say I don't like it completely. I would first let me rate Kendrick's Euphoria. I'll give that a strong 9. I'll give that a 9 out of 10. I'll give that a 9 out of 10. I want to give it a 10, but I'll give it like a 9.5 or 9.75. It wasn't a perfect record, and I'll give Euphoria like a strong to decent 9. And I'll give 616 in LA. I'll give that like an 8. I'm not gonna lie, cause I love lyrics, bro. I love lyrical shit that I could dissect, cause I can't listen. I'm not the type of nigga to listen to Playboy Cardi, bro. I just, you gotta say something in your music, or I ain't gonna relate to it, my nigga. That's just me. So, I loved, and this is gonna be a long video. This shit is 37 minutes long. But yeah, I loved 616 in LA. I'll give that a strong 9. No, not a strong 9, strong 8. 8 out of 10, strong 8. Because I was just listening to that song today, and my reviews may change. I don't know. So that's a strong 8. Then then Drake came out with Family Matters, and that song is like it's like a hit song. I don't like it. Why are you saying in your I had to say this, man. I was watching this lady that was I forgot her name. I don't know who she was, but she made a good ass fucking point, and I agree with her 100%. And I didn't like it either. Why are you saying this in your diss song? Shake that ass, bitch, now drop that ass for me. Drop. Like, why are you saying, shake that ass, bitch, shake that ass, bitch? Like, why are you saying that? Even though what he was saying was really cruel, even though I don't give a fuck, like, it is what it is. It's like saying, like, it is what it is. Like, he's saying, shake that ass, bitch, shake that ass. He was actually talking to Whitney. I'm not sure if y'all understand. Whitney, yet again, Kendrick's wife. And him saying that Dave Free is the child of Kendrick's child. I'm not gonna lie, that was so low of him. That was like some gossip bitch shit. I'm not gonna lie, it was. That's one of the real reasons why I didn't like that song. It's one of the main reasons too. And what she said, what this reactor said, this content creator, she's a lady. I don't remember her name, but she was saying some honest shit. Like, because he's making it for the club. Like, I'm really trying to keep it PG. Look, I'm telling y'all this right now. He did this for niggas that be in the club. Like, I'm really, really trying to keep it PG. I know he was. And he was doing it for the ladies to say, I drop that ass, bitch. Drop that ass. Like, and there's bitches twerking to that song. At the time, possibly. Not sure if anybody's really listening to that song and really, not sure. To each his own. I'm minding my business. But anyway, when I seen this nigga really he had a Good Kid, Mad City. The cover of Good Kid, Mad City, the deluxe version, he really got a van to act like, oh, I'm towing this nigga Kendrick. Like, it was so, like, that type of shit ain't for me. Like I can't. Like, you could say I'm biased. Hey, if I'm biased, I'm biased. I didn't like that shit. Was trash. The song was not completely trash though, because there was three there was three beat switch ups, and it's like he's doing it for the club. And listen, the beats are fire. I'm not discrediting that. It's like, what are you saying in your lyrics? What are you saying through your lyrics? What are you saying through your lyrics? What are you saying in your song? You're not really coming at him. This nigga saying, when he said, this shit had me laughing, because he really tried to drag this. And it sounded funny to me, bro. This nigga really said, I heard one of those kids might be day free. Like, yo, he did it for niggas in the club, bro. I'm telling you, he did that for the club, bro. He did that for the club. I know he did. And then, the certified boogeyman, made a horror movie of a anthem. That song is a horror movie. I'm talking about Meet the Grams. That song is a horror movie. Because you know who produced that, right? Alchemist. Alchemist is one of the greatest hip-hop producers. Mainly, I said hip-hop producers. Because he's like, if you look up Alchemist, he's a producer that makes... he produces hip-hop music like it's a scene, like it's a movie scene for you. Like, he paints it's like he's like the canvas of the shit, right? And like, whoever is on the record that he produced, it's like he painted a picture for, like, this is how they gonna sound on this shit. Like, he's painting a picture. Like, Alchemist is a fucking genius. And Alchemist said he been sent this beat to Kendrick. He just said it. He didn't know he was gonna come out with that song. Like, you know what I mean? But Alchemist, he said he just be sending beats to Kendrick. He just be sending shit to people. You know, that's probably not the only person he send that beat to. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like Meet the Grams, and I love that song. I'm not gonna lie. I love the ad-lib, bro, because it's like, yo, you could use that ad-lib in real life, that you lied. Like, nigga, you could use that again. Like, if you know someone is lying, yo, bro, you could use that on a person as a joke. Like, nigga, no, like nigga, you lied. Like, you could, that shit is a horror movie. I love that song, bro. I give that song a 9, a strong 9. It's like I want to give it a 10, but nah, I can't give it a 10 because I'm a strong listener in music. The reason why I can't get a 10 is because that song doesn't even sit well with me. Okay, that song is really, and I'm not sure if y'all know this. He's like a light-skinned dude. Yeah, this motherfucker loves Drake. He has like locks, like twist locks, I think invisible locks or some shit. And he was the guy that was like, reacting to every single one. Like, he was acting like, he was a Drake fan, and he listened to, cause he's the type of nigga that likes Drake. Okay, nothing against him. It's just, I know for a fact he's the type of person to listen to Drake, listen to Playboi Carti. You know what I mean? This is a guy that never heard the song, the album Blonde. He never heard, like, this is that guy. Not to discredit him. You know what I mean? Because he's still branching out in music, and I respect that. But back to because that type of song, Family Matters. That song is for like people who like Drake. And I don't have a problem with it at all. It's like to each his own. I'm just minding my business and listening to what I love listening to, you know? So I was listening to Meet the Grams and I was like, whoa. And yet again, that's why Drake, well, let me get to that. That's why Drake got his ass whipped. Because Kendrick, he speaking to everybody on that. Like, he's speaking to Drake's family. That's why it's called Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams, I'm not gonna lie, Meet the Grams sounds like a horror movie, don't it? It sounds like a horror movie. The title of a horror movie, bro. And shit, I'm not even gonna lie. He's speaking to Adonis. He's speaking to his mother, his father, supposedly baby girl, his daughter, allegedly, just allegations. Even though Drake is denying it, and possibly he is because he wants to keep it a secret. But, I kind of see a resemblance, and people don't realize, nigga, the kid is not gonna 100% look like you when it comes out. It's gonna look like its mother, but it's gonna have some of your ancestral genes. That's what people don't understand. That's what men don't understand. That's why I can't stand the Maury show. Because even if it's not your kid, but it's like, yo, why are you taking it to a DNA test for entertainment purposes? I feel like that's some personal shit. Don't put that out there. That's just me. But anyway. Bro, he spoke to them. He spoke to the family. That's why the title, I love that song, because that's why I give it a strong 9. Because, bro, he's speaking to every single one of he's speaking to his parents. He's speaking to his son and supposedly daughter. Then he came back and talked about Drake. Came back and said, there, Aubrey. It's like the last verse is so diabolical. Like, listen, I know the first verse, the second verse, and the third verse is fire. I know. But the last verse is diabolical. That verse does something to me. Like, I read this one YouTube comment and I was like, yeah, it's like the top comment. He was like, yo, Drake, I believe, yeah. He said Kendrick wrote this with a quill and a handgun. He said he wrote this with a quill. You know what a quill is? A quill is the shit that you dip in ink with the feather and he was dipping. Yo, he said he wrote that with a quill and a handgun on the... Yo. I was like, cause this nigga's a writer, bro. He's a writer. He's a writer. He's an MC. He's a hip hop artist, bro. He's a like he's that type of person. People don't get that. People think he's just gonna come out with Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn. You know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna fuck with Kendrick's music. To Pimp a Butterfly and Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper, to be exact, his music is not gonna be for everybody. And I get that. That's why I love his music, because I'm going to like his artistry as a writer. But let me get back to Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams was fire. That last verse, when you lied about you lied about your accent. You lied about your religious views. You lied about your past tense and your accent. All his perjury. It's like he was going... And he was going crazy. He's like, I think niggas like him should die. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. People that do pedophilia and do things such of that nature, like, do certain things to kids. Because listen, what's done in the dark is always gonna come to light. Even if you got away with it in your lifetime, right? People will talk about it when you die. When you are deceased. People are gonna talk about you when you are passed away. Regardless. People are gonna talk about the dirt that you did and the good that you did. That's why at this age, I'm doing my best to do all good deeds, because I want positive boomerang effects, and I need positive boomerang effects. And you do too. Do good deeds. So you won't end up like Harvey Weinstein, Epstein, Diddler, and even a Drake, because he like I saw saw this one post, and shout out to Connie. She's like a Twitch streamer. She's like Connie. She came up with this one meme. It wasn't even a funny meme. It was like an honest to God, like deep meme. It was like Muhammad Ali, like praying, and it's like the caption was, when you hear like the allegations about this guy, all you could really do is pray. And it was like Muhammad Ali, like, praying to the Most High Allah, praying to the Most High Allah God. And it's like, all you can really do is pray. Because it's like, shit that's happening to Diddy, it's like, he needs to get closer to God. He needs God, right? And I could say the same thing about, R. Kelly too. He needs... No, I don't even mean to bring this up, but it's like, all you could really do is pray for these fucking celebrities, and hope for the best. And, because 50 Cent, he don't give a fuck. It's like, I'm gonna be getting off topic because this is already a long ass video. I'm getting off topic because, 50 Cent, he takes no prisoners, bro. He's like, Diddy, you was doing all this shit, and I'm the same way. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the same way to an extent. And even 50 Cent said it. Like, I may be going too far. I may need to stop because, Diddy might end his life. And it's like... But then again, he shouldn't have been doing this shit. There's a reason why he went to an island, and I hope it ain't Epstein's island. Man. He went to some island. Patrick CC said what island he went to, but I have forgotten. But shit, man. But yeah, Meet the Grams was fire. Then the following day, he came out with Not Like Us, and it was history. It was history. Not Like Us is, man, that song is amazing. It's like I was thinking about giving it a 10 because, it's a 10. Because, why I say it's a 10? And I'm going to give you a true reason why. It's a 10. Because his other diss songs didn't have a chorus. That song has a chorus, right? That songs have lyrics. It's a hit song. He's giving you a history lesson with them. It's like the full, like, bro, that song is the full package, bro. Like, for like this song, man, like this song, it's lyrical, it's a hit. He's talking this shit. He's giving you ad-libs. Coming at this nigga, like it's bro, it's a hit song and it's a diss. It's probably one of the most firest diss songs that I ever heard. And listen, I heard Nas's Ether, and I heard Tupac's Hit 'Em Up. But Tupac, he had features on that, which is why it's like a little bit, even though it's so huge, it's such a huge song. Hit 'Em Up is fire, but he had help, sort of. It's like he put his boys, and Tupac is my favorite. I'm not saying anything negative about it, but I feel a certain way about that song. It's like putting people on. It's like, yo, we gotta end this nigga. You know what I mean? It's like, let's get on this fucking track. That's how I feel. I'm being an asshole. I apologize. Most High could rebuke me for saying that. I don't like speaking wrongly about the dead. That's just me because, I believe that this song, you should be on that. And even shit. And that goes back to Tupac's, what was that song? What was the last track off of the 7 Day Theory, Kill Illuminati? What was the Against All Odds? That song that's one of the firest diss tracks I ever seen, and that's an underrated diss track. And oof, look at this. Damn, I put water in my head today. The sun is drying this shit up. But yeah, anyway. Excuse my language throughout this video yet again. But yeah, Not Like Us is so fucking fire. It's a 10 out of 10. Because if you listen to the beginning, it's like he's picking up from where he left off. and Meet the Grams. Because I said that shit is a horror movie. That's a horror movie song. And he starts off with Not Like Us, like, psst, I see dead people from fucking The Sixth Sense. And he said in Euphoria, and my Sixth Sense telling me to off him. See, this is what people don't understand. I could see, I backtrack with shit. That's why I love lyrics. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you saying in your music? This nigga Kendrick is calculated, bro. And then them horns came on and I heard DJ Mustard and it's like, oh, he's taking it back to LA. Uh-oh. Oof. And I heard that song, man, and I was like, yes. Drake, yo, just call it a quits, man. Like, even my mother said it, like, you lost, my nigga. But I look at it like, yo, it's even deeper than that because, you know, even my mother, you know, she even told me this. It's like, you know, I don't really catch that at first, you know? But me personally, like, listening to certain songs, like, even one time, I catch up on shit right away. Even though, like, there's some songs that I gotta, like, listen to, like, a couple of times to, like, have it grow on me. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Good Kid, Mad City, that song, that album, as much as a classic and timeless that album is, that had to grow on me because at first I didn't like swimming pools at first. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't like swimming pools at first, but I listened to it a couple times. I was like, oh shit, this is fire, because it went along with the album. You know, it went great with the fucking album. Like, it was, because the album's like a movie, like I said, and that shit has a skit in between it. I was like, oh damn, swimming pools on the album to me is way better than what I was listening to on the radio, because I don't listen to the radio at all. And that song was on the radio, and I wasn't really feeling it until I was listening to, you know, a couple of times on Good Kid, Mad City. I was like, okay, now I know why I like this version better than the radio version, because the radio, it could take off certain things, and, you know, you don't really get the uncensored version. You know what I mean? And that swimming pools on Good Kid, Mad City. Oof. I'm like, bro, this nigga, the skit, like, he's strung out over a bitch. Like, he's having, like, movie skits, but, like, and that's another lost art that's in hip-hop albums. You don't hear skits in albums anymore. You don't hear that no more. That's why I love that album so much, bro, because it's like, yo, you listen to, like, The Chronic, you listen to Doggy Style, like, he's taking it back. Like, I remember, like, listening to those albums as a kid and know, like, those skits, bro, he's, like, taking it back for motherfuckers that love traditional LA hip-hop type shit. You know what I mean? Like, that album has skits in between it, bro, like, throughout the whole album, too. It's like a movie. That's why I say it's like a movie, because the shit is, because even Needle Drop said this, because, like, even Compton is, that the last song off the album is like, it's like the credits. This nigga Brung Dre. Oh, come on. Come on, but, you know, not Like Us is fire. And this is why it's a 10, because at the end of it's called this nigga Colonizer. He gave you a history lesson of why Atlanta, like, why he always runs to these Atlanta artists for, like, help. Like, you're not a colleague, you're a fucking colonizer. You know, you run to it. And then the video was fire. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I had to say this too, because these Drake fans out here, they really got the nerve to say he's pushing it now because he came out with a music video. Drake wasn't pushing it when he came out with Taylor Made Freestyle. He wasn't pushing it when he came out, you know, when he started it with, like, push-ups and came in, you know, talking about Whitney and shit. And talking to, you know, coming out with Taylor Made and AI voices of Tupac and Biggie. Not Tupac and Biggie, I'm sorry. Tupac and Snoop. He wasn't pushing it then, but now, since, like, he has a #1 hit, he can't make a music video for that? Like, what type of sense is that? Even though there's, you know, #1 hits that don't have music videos, you know, and that's not even 9 times out of 10. Like, if you have a music video, I mean, if you have, like, a #1 hit, you want to make a music video because Oh, look at that. That's fire. You know, if you don't have a music video for your number one hit, it's like just to keep it on the billboards, you wanna, you know, you want the revenue streams to go up. You want people to see it. You want people to hear it. You know what I mean? You want people to continuously listen to it and even look at the music video while they at it. You know what I mean? People don't just want to hear the audio off of like a number one hit. They want to hear the music video too. They want to see like the visuals as well. You know what I mean? So that pushing this shit, like, get the fuck out of here. Like no. Even though Drake ain't come out with back-to-back this, you know, and making a music video, it's like, it is what it is, my nigga, because you was at your OVO festival doing all this memes and shit against me. Like, he was pushing it too. Like, if Kendrick gotta push it, so be it. Because Drake did it as well. It's like the karmic cycle comes full circle on your ass. Karma could be a sweet, lovely lady to you, or it could be a nasty Jezebel bitch. All right? So, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear none of that. And I'm going to go back and just say one last thing about Not Like Us. The most extreme reason why I love this song is because of the last verse. He gave you a history lesson. This nigga said, let me break it down for you. It's the real nigga challenge. What did he say? Because I have to say this, bro, because people don't understand, like, bro, this nigga gave you a history lesson. This nigga gave you a history lesson. So let me backtrack. Just give you a moment. I'm doing my best to say this verse. Yeah, he said, once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still doubled down, calling us some slaves. Drake said in Family Matters, he rapping like he trying to free the slaves. What the fuck that mean? The fuck? Anyway, then he said, you know, once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still doubled down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the Mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. You know, Kendrick is, he's my GOAT in this. And I'm not gonna lie, he's in my top 5 now. After what he did to Drake, he's in my top 5. I don't give a damn what nobody says. He's in my top 5. Okay? He's in my top 5. He said, break it down for you. Let me break it down for you. Yeah, he was like, Atlanta was the Mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, but let me put y'all on game. Atlanta was the Mecca, yeah. He said, yeah, I'm gonna just skip ahead. He was like, this the real nigga challenge. You call Future when you ain't see the club. I think he said something of the likes of, someone didn't get your lingo up. He said, yo, because it's in my head. If I listen to it now, I could recite it for y'all, but I don't feel like doing it. But like, you go to all these Atlanta artists, because colonizers was going to Atlanta to get money from them railroads and trains that they was shipping them slaves over to Atlanta. They was building, everything in America was built like white people, you know, not every white people, you know, shout out to the white people that actually know what you know, Columbus did in the past and don't like, and realize that they still love the culture of, like, you know, black people, you know, so-called black people, and, you know, don't act like that kind, you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie, I love Coldplay, I love Nirvana, my nigga, like, don't get me wrong, I listen, at times there'd be times where I do listen to, you know, artists that are, you know, of the European descent, because the Africans, they ship Africans over here, and Africans built this country up. I hope y'all white people know that. And y'all should know that, because when Columbus came, he just had the artillery to, you know, did what he did to the native tribe. And that's what people don't understand. He's saying, like, yo, you're taking for our culture. Bro, you're from Canada. You're not even from America. And I had to really look at these videos on YouTube, like, yo, Drake is really from Canada. He's coming to America, to Atlanta, with all these Atlanta artists, 21 Savage, Future. He even made an album with Future at one point. Made an album with 21 Savage called Lost Her, Her Lost. Like, bro, it's like bro, Kendrick, that last verse, like, summed it up. It summed up the whole beef, bro. It's like you're going up against an African that made a song called The Blacker the Berry. Like, he's not conscious enough to realize what Drake is doing. You know what I mean? That's why Now Like Us is a 10 out of 10, bro. That song is a 10 out of 10. Now let's get back to Drake. Doing his best to drag this Stay Free shit, calling it the Heart Part 6. Knowing that Drake knows what he's doing. Because he knows Kendrick is going to come out with a song called The Heart Part 6. And you know what? I could be wrong. But I feel like, for some reason, Kendrick is going to come out with a song called The Heart Part 666. Or The Heart Part something like. He's going to play with Drake for some reason. I feel like he's going to clap back at Drake for some reason. I don't know. That's just me. But I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. And I'm humble enough to say that because I'm not right about everything. I could be wrong. This is just me being auspicious. You know what I mean? Like, oh, really? You come out with a song called The Heart Part 6. And you really tried to the Heart Part 6, that song is he's really trying to drag shit. Like, Day Free is not this song. Not one of you fucking. Like, come on, shut up, Drake. Please, Aubrey. Because he's trying to sound like Drake, but he's really Aubrey. He's really go back. He's really from Canada. He's really from Canada. He's really from Canada. He's really from Toronto, man. Right? That's what people don't understand. He wants to be Drake, but his real name is Aubrey. That's a European. That's a Canadian name. Okay? You came to America with all these Atlanta artists, you know, getting your stream revenue up through. Hey, shit. Not gonna lie, I love Future. Dirty Sprite 2, that album is so fire. When I first heard that album, I had to backtrack. Like, damn, this nigga's that nice? Because I was just like everybody else. Well, not everybody else, because people knew about Future before I did. But I wasn't really up on Future. I'm not going to lie. But when I listened to Dirty Sprite 2, I'm like, God damn. This nigga going hard. Okay? This nigga. Even though it was about, you know, sex, drugs, and all that shit. My favorite Future song is I Serve the Bass. I love that song. And I give credit what credit is due. That's what people don't understand. I don't hate on anything. I give my honest opinion, my truth. Not everybody's going to agree with it. That's why I say honest opinion and my truth. Because it's just an opinion, but it's my truth and what I feel and what I think is honest for me, you know? Through God. Through the Most High, like God. And when I hear that, bro, that song does something to me. I feel like fuck these Jezebel bitches. Like Earl, just do you, bro. Fuck these bitches. Like, and mind you, I said bitches. I said Jezebel bitches. Because I'm really honest to God, because a man could be a Jezebel too. There's male bitches too. Even Tupac said it. There's male bitches out there too. There's female bitches and male bitches. But the real women and the real men, the divine masculines and the divine feminines, they're the real ones. They're the ones that are. They're for. That's what God is. Like, God sees that. They doing it for God. They take care of their business because they believe in God, right? But yeah, the Heart Part 6. That song is like the beat is not trash yet again. But the lyrics, he was dragging shit. And I can't even rate that song. I'm not gonna lie. That song is not rateable. Because it's not a good or a bad song. But it's like the lyrics are terrible. Because Because I see he was still dragging out. She was dragging on that day free shit, and he literally. This is why I can't rate the. And this is why I don't like the song, because he literally. Because Drake is a dumbass. You know why I say this? He literally didn't get Mother I Sober, and that's one of Kendrick. I'm not gonna lie. Mother I Sober is one of the real reasons why a lot of people didn't like Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper, because he's opening up to people. He's bringing up something that traumatized him. Even Tyler the Creator said it, because listen, Kendrick and that album is an unbelievable piece of art, because he's opening up to you, and opening up to that degree sort of frightens people, because people are like, even Tyler Creator said the same sentiment. Mother I Sober and the whole album. Some tracks on that album is like, oh wow, he's really saying some deep stuff in this album. And I love that album, because it's like he's expressing himself, bro, as a grown man. It's like, that's a grown man album. That's a grown man album. He's humbly expressing himself. That song, Mother I Sober, let me just give y'all a backstory to what that song is about. That song is about his mother getting sexually abused by her cousin, bro. And him and his family coming back to him and asking him, like, yo, did your cousin touch you? Did your older cousin touch you? And he said no. And they didn't believe him because of what his cousin did to his, to his mother, bro. It's like making a song like that, that's extremely humbling, bro. Like, and I appreciate Kendrick for even making that song like public, like and I really feel like that's why he won the Grammy for that hip hop song. I mean that hip hop that Grammy, that hip hop Grammy that award for that hip hop album, bro. Mr. Morale, because of that song alone. Because Kendrick don't just make hits, bro. He makes expressive music. That's what, at the end of the day, that's what the hip hop genre is. It's expressive music. Not every hip hop song is gonna sit well with people. Some songs could be about oppression. Some songs could be about flexing. Some songs could be about, talk about, fuck these bitches. Some songs could be like, loving a woman. Some songs could be about, hip hop is the best genre of music. It is. I don't give a damn what nobody says. It is. It's one of the most expressive way to get whatever you gotta say off your chest on a fucking fire ass beat, classical hip hop beat. Even like a, it's just a man. And at the end of the day, bro, it's African music, bro. It's so-called black. I say so-called black because I don't know what type of quote-unquote black you are, because black is just a color. What's your ethnic background? You know what I mean? And bro, that song is amazing. And Drake really had the nerve to say like, mother I, oh, wait a minute. Because I know for a fact he only listened to that song once. He didn't listen to that song a couple of times. Because I had listened to that song a couple of times. Because I listened to it the first time, I was like, damn, I gotta listen to this song a couple of times. And then when I listened to it again, I was like, damn, I teared up. I teared up listening to that song. I put that on my soul. I teared up. I was like, damn, because I was watching Big Quint, and he's my favorite. He's my, bro, he's the GOAT when it comes to this music reaction shit, because he was the first person that I actually saw do like a music review, bro, because even he teared up to that song, bro. Like, motherfucker, you scared to cry? Like, you scared to, Jesus, Yeshua wept. Yahweh wept, bro. Like, it's okay to cry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even my grandmother told me this, like, yo, bro, it's all right to, she didn't say, bro, but she was like, don't you feel better after you cry? Because you had to get that out. You got to get that emotion out some way. It's okay to cry. It's an honest emotion. What's wrong? Nothing is wrong with crying. Nothing. Give a fuck who you are. You're a woman or a man. It's okay to cry. You have emotions. Let that shit out. You know what I mean? Shit, I was tearing up yesterday over something that happened to me. But I felt good after that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to let that out. You have to let out emotion. You have to cry. Because if you hold it in, it's gonna become something way worse. It may be anger. God forbid, you know? Yeah, but you know, crying it's a human emotion. But back to, you know, he really tried to say like Kendrick got molested. Like, shut up. Listen to the song, and even Path reactions. And I fuck with her too. I just subscribed to her too. She was like, yo, he's fucking lying. Like, because she even said Kendrick is one of her best, one of her favorite artists of all time. That's why I like, yo, Kendrick is making music that lasts. I really, honest to God, believe this. Kendrick, all his albums are timeless. Because if you go back to his albums, it's a full body of work. You know, Drake, you know, I'm not trying to down talk his music, but even though it's a full body of work, it's more so for hits and having like, you know, just more so for the club, you know? It's not something that you could reflect on. You know, Kendrick could do the same thing. He could do it for the club, but, you know, like, not like us, and humble. You know? He could do it for the club too, but he wants to pull out a full body of work, you know? And Drake makes tracks with a lot of songs on it. And, you know, I don't feel like sitting through a whole 19-track album. I'm not gonna lie, I don't. Kendrick, he came out with a 2-disc Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper, bro. Like, you know, like, you can listen to one side of the album, stop, listen to the other, you know, CD. You know, it's a 2-disc. And I'm fine. And listen, this is another thing. I'm fine with Drake putting out all those tracks, but it's like, bro, you're putting out a lot of music. You know, it's like, damn, me personally, this is just me. I feel like he's oversaturating. Like, I don't like, this is another reason why I don't like putting out too much content for y'all, because I don't want to oversaturate y'all with so much. You know, there be days where I put out 3 videos. There are days where I wait a full month, or, you know, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a whole month, and then put out something. You know, I may be more. You know what I mean? But it's not that I want y'all to miss me or anything. Like, I could, because I have my own life to live. You know what I mean? I don't have time to be doing this for y'all all the time. You know what I mean? But just, you know, I say this humbly appreciate love me putting out something this long for y'all. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't even thinking about making it an hour plus long, you know, like. But this is what I had to feel about. This is what I feel about Kendrick versus Drake. Kendrick came out victorious and Drake lost, and everybody's calling him a cornball and shit. It's like, bro, it's like, you know, Charlamagne started speaking the same sentiment when he first came out. Charlamagne the guy, he was the first one. Now everybody's calling him a cornball. Everybody's, you know, because Drake was never really, you know, he came up through Degrassi. All right? Me personally, I didn't give a damn because I don't fucking know Drake. But it's like he came out started for the bottom, and everybody know he didn't really start it for the bottom, but everybody thought it was okay because he was signed under Lil Wayne, and maybe, I don't know what people thought. But it's like, it's okay because it's Drake, right? But with that being said, this is what I feel. That's the real reason why he lost, is because he came out with tailor-made freestyle and talked about Kendrick's wife. Even Kendrick said, let's, like, bro, this was supposed to be a sport. You taking it personal now. You're bringing up a nigga wife, and you're bringing up bringing up doing AI builds of Tupac and Snoop, and that's people that he looked up to at a young age, and you know, people don't get that because it's Drake, right? But you know, I think, you know, Pusha T, you know, he came at Pusha T's wife too, and he lost that. I'm telling you, keep coming at people's wives, he gonna end up, shit, even Joe Budden came out with 4 tracks, but he didn't reply because, you know, it was Joe Budden. But Joe Budden, I didn't listen to all those tracks, I ain't gonna lie, but I know for a fact he said some shit. I was watching like a few little snippets of it. I was like, oh, shit, because Joe Budden's a rapper, but you know, he's in a podcast. He don't got, I bet he don't even got time to rap. Like, it's like he got his own podcast, you know. But yeah, that's why Drake lost. To put it plain, you know. To put it plain, Drake lost because he talked about Kendrick Lamar's wife, and he did the tailor-made freestyle with the AI of Tupac and Snoop. That's the real reason why he lost. And Kendrick is like, oh, word? And another reason why he lost is because I really feel like academics was, and they call him a Drake Glazer, which he is. I, honest to God, really feel that way because I didn't know he was doing this. He was jotting down how many days it's been since Kendrick responded because he was possibly on OVO payroll. I don't know, and I don't care. But he was doing this, siding with Drake, and look at how stupid he looks. Look how dumb he look. And I don't even mean to use that word, but you know, the epidemics. He's doing it to get shit riled up. And I see, but me personally, even though he's black, he's not even a part of the culture because he doesn't really know hip hop as a culture. He likes that toxic shit. He likes that toxic music. He likes, because this is the same. Excuse me for burping like that. This is the same man that fucking had 6ix9ine on his fucking, you know, bigging him up, and now he's not even fucking with. You know what I mean? Like, epidemics is like, it is what it is. It's all entertainment at the end of the day, right? That's like watching your favorite reality show, Baddies East, and like, that has nothing to do with me. Shit, people watch it, but you know, I guess it's all entertaining, but their fighting is toxic though, right? But you, like, you know, that's a whole different topic for another day. But that's the real reason why Drake lost. It's because of, mentioned his wife and tailor-made freestyle. Yeah, if you watch this whole video, I really fuck with you. This is like my longest video I ever made. And I was not aiming to make this video this long. I just really overexpressed myself. I had to give y'all plot points. I literally speak to someone like I'm FaceTime, like we're video chatting. Like I'm giving you plot points to really, so we can help you resonate what I said in this video. That's the real reason why I overexpress myself. I'm painting a movie for you. I'm giving you plot points. I'm giving you like maybe even a storyline. And the conclusion is the end result. Yeah. What a year it has been. Man, to Diddy, to, you know, Trump, going back to, I may talk about him. Trump and Biden, Trump getting back into president, you know, and Drake versus Kendrick. Ooh, this year has been, geez, Kendrick, not Kendrick. Cat Williams said, shit, Kendrick. I'm just saying Kendrick because he's still went at this nigga. And it's like, stated, nigga. Like, that's what he said to him. But Cat Williams said, y'all want the truth, you're gonna find it this year. And he even said that this year is gonna expose so much. Yeah, that's what Because if you're looking for the truth, you're going to find it. And then he said this year, a lot of shit is going to be exposed. Whew, I see it firsthand. I appreciate Cat Williams for coming out with that interview, because that was the biggest interview in YouTube history when it comes to views. And shout out to Cat Williams, man. I see it firsthand, and you know, he's always been in my top 5 comedians of all time because of a stand-up. As a stand-up, he's in my top 5. Stand-up, he's like up there with Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Bernie Mac. You know, he's up there, you know, with the greats. Richard Pryor, he's there, you know what I mean? As a stand-up comedian, I should say. You know what I mean? But yeah, yo, this is for your spirit, and you need to hear it. And I had to say this because, you know, I had to express this to y'all. I hope y'all doing well. Alhamdulillah, that's Arabic, and it means praise be to God. Y'all stay blissfully blessed and gracious, man. I love y'all with all my heart. Y'all literally watching my life as if this is documentary through these videos that I make. So if you came this far, I appreciate you with all my heart.